Yeah, third string podcast. You already know. Talking topics, all sorts. Always everything sports. Third string podcast. Plenty dialogue and banter. Talking all teams. But we always repping for Atlanta. Come join the discussion. You don't want to miss it. Keep it entertaining. All facts, authentic. NBA to NFL. And everything in between. This is Third String Podcast. Welcome to the team. Let's go.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are the Third String Podcast, back with another jam-packed episode today as we're going to dig into one of these teams today and some more. But, Daryl, good sir, it is episode 50 today, 5-0. We made it this far.
That's dope. That's cool.
Yeah, man, yeah. Progress is being made. We're growing. Two black men making moves.
Yep, and I already got who we're dedicating.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Who are we dedicating it to today?
The Admiral David Robinson.
Oh, he was 50.
Yeah,
it's gonna get tricky as it goes. But hey, we can at least get in the 90s because your boy Dennis Rodman covered that ground. So.
Yeah, he was one.
But hey, I respect that, man. The Admiral, I like that a lot. But as always, good sir, what do you have for us today?
So we have a one thing we're going to talk about later on is going to be the bulk of it. So we'll talk about first is what's kind of going on. And I want to first talk about the NBA with the NBA finals and everything that's going on, the Lakers and Heat, you called it. I was telling my wife that you are actually better at picking teams than I am. Because I've lost every single time in picking teams.
I've always told people, come to me with March Madness. Because
Yeah,
I watch all those games that will happen overnight that'll still be going on at 1 a.m. I watch all those. So come to me at March Madness. But I appreciate that.
For the NBA, you had Lakers and Heat. I had Clippers and Celtics. So I did not one of them.
I had Lakers or Clippers and definitely Heat.
Right.
I said Heat like first round. They were too hot.
Yeah. So
no pun intended, by the way. With that, but
so how do you feel? They had game one. The Lakers blew them out in game one. Game two is tonight.
Yes.
How do you feel the rest of the finals is gonna go?
Max 4-1.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
sorry.
First of all, it seemed like the Heat were outclassed the Lakers, and which is surprising to me because the Heat did so well. You thought they would have put up enough fight, but also Bam got hurt. Drogic got hurt. Jimmy Butler got hurt.
Yeah.
So many of their players went down. Bam, I already saw, is already ruled out for game two.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he's already ruled out for game two.
Wow.
Jimmy's going to still play, even though that he's hurt.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's going to be 4-1.
And
4-0.
What's his name? Dragic? He has a torn something.
Yeah, so he's out. Right?
Yeah. Or he was questionable last time I checked, but still, he's nowhere near 100%. With that being said, when I saw that in the Jimmy Butler thing, I said that's max for it. You might get one tonight, max the next game.
You might.
But other than that, it's 4-0, 4-1. And even before the injuries, because they were still healthy during that game, relatively, they need a superstar to step up.
Yeah, they started off good.
They did. They let them come back.
Them out, and then somehow the Lakers just flipped the switch.
The team ball helped them, and then it's almost like NBA Finals are meant for a superstar,
right?
Mixed with the team,
like somebody to carry you.
Yes,
during those.
LeBron, that dude's
he's good, and Jimmy Butler he's good. He's just not kind of good enough in that aspect of it.
Yeah. You need somebody you need a team. A team will get you there. Besides 07 Cleveland, LeBron was the only man.
Right.
But you need a team, plus you need those superstars to rise up in the right time. They don't have that. You were seeing a lot of Tyler Hero being a big time shooter during that game, taking a lot of shots, and not making them.
Yeah,
like that's way too bright of a it's way too bright of a spotlight for some people that are rookies.
And you would think it would actually be easier because there's no crowd. It's not like you're going to actually LA, so you think it would be easier.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it showed like Miami Heat is a fairly young team, I guess. Not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
The Lakers are
What season is this for Duncan?
Duncan, I think that's third.
Okay. I never knew about him until this year.
Yeah, because he's
He can
undrafted.
shoot.
Yeah, he's undrafted. Like,
oh, really? Where did he go to school?
I forgot where he went to school. But
He can shoot.
Kendrick Nunn is undrafted. They find these guys, and
Pat Riley, man.
Yep, Tyler Hero wasn't even that a huge prospect out of
He was drafted high though.
He was drafted, but he wasn't like
out of high school. You said
no, I meant college. I meant
okay.
He wasn't like hugely touted as a prospect, and he's actually showing that if he played like this the whole year, he would have been Rookie of the Year. I just think maybe you're right. Maybe this moment's too big for them.
It's too big. And if there was no pandemic and they were actually going to LA, it would be way over.
Yeah, I think there's no way the Heat can be competitive against them. They don't have an answer for LeBron James. They don't have an answer for Antonio Davis, which is crazy because I thought Bam was the answer for Antonio Davis, and then Jimmy kinda, and you could throw Jay Crowder, Andre Iguodala, LeBron.
Anthony Davis. You're saying Antonio.
Oh, I said Antonio.
Yes,
Anthony Davis for Bam. Yes. But you could have threw all these other wing defenders at LeBron, and then the rest of the team is just okay. But it's just like LeBron turned it up.
The 3-point shooting is really coming to life for the Lakers.
Yep, because Danny Green is hitting them
like he did before.
Yep, he's hitting them in the moment. But Danny Green been hit before. Remember, he was in the finals last year. So
no, he'll have, if they win, which they should, it'll be back to back for him. But you remember big time when LeBron was with the Heat.
Yep,
and he was with the Spurs. He was big time in those NBA finals, and it's so cool and weird at the same time. He knows how to flip that switch and say, "Oh, it's the finals. All right, I'm gonna J it."
Yeah, and then I mean, it's cool. Like LeBron had the most playoff games he was in, and all the games he played in NBA finals. If he wins this, and we're gonna assume that he wins it, he would have 3 teams that he got an NBA championship for. That's crazy.
Yes, I was thinking about that, but I also say 4, 3 franchises.
Yeah,
but 4 different because, well, no, I was saying, no, I was breaking up differently with the
Cleveland
era because those teams were.
Yeah, there were 2 separate.
Yeah, correct. That's what you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right though.
3 different teams. I remember they asked who is the better of the dynamic duo for LeBron, the Robin, quote unquote, and it was either Dwayne Wade, Kyrie, or Anthony Davis. I'm about to say Antonio Davis again. Anthony Davis.
It's Wade. No matter what anybody says.
I was like, let's not have revisionist history here.
Yeah,
it's Dwayne Wade. So sit here and act like, first of all, Anthony Davis, they ain't won with Anthony Davis yet. So this shouldn't even be a conversation.
Yeah.
It's obviously Dwayne
Wade. I'm sorry. I need a full season, no interruptions, no pandemic, and then talk to me.
Yeah.
Not shortcutting, anything or downplaying it, but nah.
Yeah, so what do you I think the Lakers will blow them out.
I agree. I think the Heat, just to answer, the Heat's last chance is tonight.
Well, they don't have without Bam, they don't have a great one then.
But still your best chance because the more you keep going, the more wear and tear already you have on your body and the more that's to come.
And that's what
your best chance, the fresher you are, is now.
Yeah, like the Rockets. They beat them the first game, and then when the Lakers kind of got used to them, got to figure out how to they didn't stand a shot against them.
Such great coaching. They adapt very well. They really have adapted. Like, oh, we lost. All right, let's tweak things. All right, we figured out the formula. And they seem to figure it out very well when they do figure it out.
LeBron's on a mission, especially when LeBron was like, he didn't like them showboating.
I like that.
He was like, yeah, I love that. And he was like, yo, we still have a job to do. So I enjoyed that, especially when LeBron used to be the one that was showboating.
Oh, he was had a handshake with every person on the team.
He'd be dancing on the sidelines as the game was still on.
No, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah,
So to see that, but to talk about also, I want to talk about coaching. You saw Doc Rivers got fired.
Yes, Doc Rivers got fired, but I called that and said that was what was best.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were saying it's also the players that needed to do more, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Right.
Yes. But the tenure and the length that he's been there, he has the worst, like, what was it, Game 7 record?
Oh, yeah. He has the worst Game 7,
in history. And then he's just been there for a while. It's time to kind of let's see. I don't know who's out there for them to, replace him, but I think it's a great fit though for where he's now at the Sixers.
Yeah, I think maybe Tyronn Lue is the best person that maybe replace him in the Clippers. That's because he was the assistant coach for them.
That's true.
The Clippers can't do much because first of all, they traded away all their draft picks and they have no cap space. So basically, you're going to run with the same team. So
which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just maybe another coach. It's kind of like, to me, the Falcons, which we'll get into.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you keep your same squad you have now, pretty much, and you change the coach, you can do some things.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing, I just don't think it was fully the coach's fault. Paul George played terrible. Lou Williams played terrible. Montrezl Harrell is too small to go against big people like Joker.
I just think it's been a long time coming because he hasn't moved past. This is the furthest they've been, if I'm not mistaken, since. So this was just like the end.
It was just wasn't his. You know who else fault it was? Kawhi Leonard, who decided that the regular season was optional. Like, it's a lot of things that they did wrong there, and this is why I said in an earlier podcast, this is why you don't mortgage your future for these names. You mortgage your future for Paul George, and he didn't show up.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything. And now you don't have a draft pick till 2026. You don't have a first-round pick because you mortgage your future. So therefore,
6 years.
Yes, if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George leave, because they have a player option after next year, if they leave, you are like, the Clippers are sunk for years.
So let me ask, just in regards to coaching Doc Rivers, would you at least have given him one more year? And then you have to call it at a certain point.
After that, yeah, but to me, the players are way more at fault. Lemon Pepper Lou, they had to go to Magic City. Like, the players are way more at fault here than the actual coach. Right. Paul George was terrible, and he calls himself Playoff P. And like,
don't self-proclaim yourself anything.
He was terrible. I like that Doc Rivers found a job. I don't know if I love the Sixers job either.
Why?
I don't like Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons together. I don't think they fit together. I don't think they work. You would have to clear that. I just think one of them has to go.
He has an easier option though in the East.
Yeah, absolutely.
With a very talented team.
Yeah, the Sixers are going to be talented. They're going to make the playoffs, but I
think they should try and get back JJ Redick.
That'd be great for them. They need shooting. They're terrible at shooting. But I don't think those two, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, are a great fit together. I thought he was going to go to Houston for the simple fact
that would be nice.
That his son plays there. For the simple fact.
They don't like each other.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's so weird that they were under the same organization at one point.
Yeah, they both are the Clippers at one point. Yeah. They have a weird relationship, but
so weird.
That's what I was thinking.
He dodged a bullet on that one. It would just be the same thing as the Clippers, man. You're purely offense.
Yeah, and then that small ball lineup does not. I said it was not going to work, and it doesn't work. Russell Westbrook.
It did before, man. At one year, it did some years back, and then who started that?
The small ball.
Yeah.
Was Mike D'Antoni. He started.
No, he did the run and gun, how.
Oh, you know who? It was the old Golden State Warriors when they beat Dallas in the when they were the 1-8. They played small ball.
That's what it was. That was what 07?
Yeah, I was because that was the first time an 8 seed beat a 1 seed. It was the year after Dallas won the championship. Yeah, it was the first one.
Wait, didn't the Hawks do that with Mutombo?
No, beat a 1 seed.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I know the Hawks almost did. They went to Game 7.
Well, yes, I know. I was there. That was so good, man. I stood up that whole every home game that they played. I thought the Hawks did it back in the day with Mutombo.
We'll look it up.
But yes, I know for sure that yes, the Mavericks won the year prior, and then Golden State beat them. That was such a good series, and I miss those old Warriors jerseys.
Yeah,
I also like that team a lot. That team was Matt Barnes was on that squad too.
Matt Barnes was on there. Baron Davis was on that. It was a lot of
Baron Davis was that dude, man. Yep. At a certain point, that dude could play.
Yeah,
and who knows now? Yeah.
So, how do you think that Doc Rivers will do with the Sixers?
He has, like I said, he has a better chance to go further now because of less competition, even though it's gradually growing in the East with a lot of young talent.
Yeah.
His window is only a hot 2 years, and then you better figure it out within that time because it's going to close up like it was already closed for you in the West. Yep. But you did very good still at the same time in the West because of you made it that far. You were definitely at being a top seed.
And don't forget that he made it to the playoffs last year without a Paul George and without a Kawhi Leonard. He made it.
That's true. That's true. So, you're right. So he can coach. So with that being said, I think he'll be just fine. If they listen.
I agree he'll be fine. I just don't like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid together. I just think you were gonna have to break them up. Like you said, you got the net.
Who do you let go?
I think you let go of Joel Embiid.
I agree.
Ben Simmons is the more versatile player. If he just gets just a respectable jump shot.
He had it at the beginning of this season.
Yeah, but he still doesn't take it. Like, yeah, he had one.
He doesn't want to be roasted.
Yeah, they were cheering when he shot it, but I just think he is such a freak of nature, 6'10", who could dribble the way he does, pass, defend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Ben Simmons, but I'm just like, dude, like, just try the jump shot. Like, dude, like,
scared, man.
I see, or maybe you could play more small ball and play him at center and have all around him.
Unless, if you said small ball, but he demands the rock.
No, I'm still giving him the rock, but just make him on defense. Basically, he's guarding the center position. I don't know. He might be too small to like some centers, but some centers are like 6'10", 6'9" now. Yeah. So that's probably what I would do. But and Joel Embiid, he doesn't shoot the three good enough to be with.
Oh no, he doesn't.
He doesn't shoot well at all. So I thought Joel Embiid, they have.
Where's Al Horford right now?
Oh, they need to. He's with Philly. They need to.
Okay.
They need to just dump Al Horford. But nobody
wants to him this year.
It wasn't a good fit. They can't shoot. So Al Horford.
He didn't get hurt or anything?
No.
Dang, they just he fell hard.
Yeah, but it's not a good fit. To me, he should have never left Boston, but it's just not a good fit.
He leaves because dude gets so emotional. Oh, the Hawks fans didn't want me there. And it's your brotherhood.
Yeah, it's just not a good. He can't play next to a Ben Simmons or a Joel Embiid. So, yeah.
Would you welcome Al back?
I don't know if we have room. Yeah, I think Paul Millsap, I would welcome more back. I don't know if we have room. Like, what would he do unless we got rid of Dwayne Dedmon or I can't even think of his name, the rookie from Maryland,
right?
Bruno Fernando. If you got rid of them too, baby, but I don't know where he fits.
So the only one of that five. Well, we had Teague. I'd keep a Teague as a backup.
It depends how much he's asking for.
Right, but who of the five would you keep? Sorry. The five guys that we're referring to are from the old 60-win team, not too long ago. But
yeah, it's definitely Paul Millsap.
Okay,
I would do Paul Millsap because we have a need at backup power forward position. Of course, none of these guys would start. Jeff Teague would be up there as well. I just think he might command too much money. Then I want to spend on him.
He needs to not be asking, stay home.
Yeah, I mean, if the price was right, it would be Jeff Teague. But I think Paul Millsap does a need.
You think Paul's asking price will be lower than Teague's?
No, well, I guess that's true. His asking price, but he just wasn't that great in the playoffs. So I would think that maybe he's an older guy. His ask price won't be as high. He wasn't. They barely used him.
I think
showed out.
That makes sense. He never was that much of a true star until he came here, and then he elevated and became something greater.
Yeah, but I told people if Paul Millsap's the best player on your team isn't that great. And so I agree with a lot of people, with the Atlanta teams. Yeah, our teams were good, but we weren't great.
No.
60-win team was very good. We weren't great. So
we weren't great, but at the same time, you got to remember how competitive the East was.
Yeah. And we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
Got swept. It's just like Paul Millsap is just not great.
I still don't remember that one season, what year it was. Where we got the 3rd seed. That was, to me, our best. Oh, it was pre that Fab Five team we had.
Mm-hmm.
Where we had Josh.
Yeah.
On there. Where it was the rain with the
you talking about Joe Johnson.
Yes.
Was on
yeah. That whatever year that was where we got the 3rd seed that year, that was our best Hawks team. To me.
When Joe Johnson was like
destroying it.
Yeah, he was that dude.
Because that what the Celtics were number 1 that year. That season was so hard to even get to the 3rd seed, and I feel like that was our best team. Our second best team was the 60-win.
Yeah. Speaking of teams that have potential, the Atlanta Braves have moved.
Proud of them boys.
They're actually moving to the Texas bubble for the playoffs. They beat the Reds in the first round of the playoffs. First game was 13 innings.
1-0.
Well, Freddie Freeman hits the walk-off home run.
Hey man. That's what I'm talking about. A superstar, our star, coming through when it matters.
When it matters, yeah.
When it matters. Yeah.
I believe the next game was 5-0 in the Braves, the Reds. I was actually shocked because
the curse of getting out of the first round.
Like when I was interested in hearing your point when you heard that we won the division. Like, let me tell you how I felt. I was like, so. And it was like, this is a record. The Braves have won 20 division titles, and no team in history has done this. And I was like, so, like I don't care.
I still get proud because I don't really worry about them as much as the other Atlanta-based teams besides United. But they're new, so we can't really count that because you never know what could happen in the future with United. But the Braves have always been honestly very consistent.
Yes, they've been consistent, also losing in the first round of the playoffs.
That's what I just said. We overcame that. We're already I guess, decades ahead.
With this new COVID era, I just don't care, man. I mean, I do care.
I'm with you. I don't care. I do, but I don't. I'm not really watching as much as I would have. I feel like all the month without sports, don't even care much for football going on. I'm like, oh, game's on, cool, I'm watching, it's on. But like, we've supplemented our entertainment so much with other things that sports being back, it needs to take a while for us to put that back into our the front of our entertainment likes.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with that. But for me, it was strictly like I don't care about the Braves because I've seen this movie before.
So what happens if we pass this one?
I will get a little bit more excited.
Tell me that it has to be the World Series for you to actually be hyped.
Yeah, to actually be hyped, it probably have to be the World Series. It's just that we've seen like last year's team was really good.
Yeah, it was
And offensively,
pitching was trash.
Yeah, offensively, this team is better than last year's team.
Yeah.
So I should be more excited, but it's just like, and we're going to talk about this probably in our next segment, but culture, man, is you grow up with this culture. And it's just like, dude, I just seen this before, and I'm just not going to get that excited. So when the Braves won the division, I was just like, I'm not. And then I was
shocked, like, oh, wow, they did? Cool.
No, and they were leading the division the entire year, except when the Marlins went into COVID, and that's because they didn't play as many games. But percentage-wise, they were still higher. But it's just like the Braves have done so much to like for me to not get excited that I couldn't get excited.
Atlanta has done that.
Atlanta has done, yes. Yeah. Atlanta has done things for me to not get excited. And so I don't get excited. So when they won the division, and I'm listening to the radio because I'm listening to sports radio again, I'm listening to them, and they're like, "This is great, 20 division titles. No team has ever done this." And I'm like, one World Series, and it's just like, how many first round exits? It's just like, it's like so I couldn't be excited. So when I got the notification that we were in extra innings and it was 0-0 to the Reds, I thought
we were just going to lose, so I just turned.
I thought it was just an implosion waiting to happen, and then I was pleasantly surprised that Freddie Freeman hit the home run. And then the next game, I wasn't going to watch it either because these games came on like 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to watch it either just because I did this last year.
Right.
Remember, we were getting excited. It was all this stuff.
We were supposed to go far, man.
Yeah, and then so when I get the notification 5-0 and they won, I was like, okay, now they're moving to the bubble. To me, this is the real playoffs, but this is not the, I didn't understand why baseball was putting all these teams in the playoffs anyway, but to me, this bubble is the real one. So maybe if they pass this round, maybe then I'll start like.
So do you feel though, not thinking about curses or culture, do you feel though that this 2020 team or playoff run, do you feel like we can actually make it at least? I'm not even gonna say win. I'm not even gonna take it that far. Do you think we can get to the World Series?
Yeah, if we just taking our history with Atlanta, absolutely. Absolutely, they're a good enough team to do it. The team last year was good enough that the team last year should have been in the World Series.
I agree.
Should have been. As soon as the Dodgers lost to the Nationals, we've been beating up on the Nationals all year.
Yeah.
We should have been in the World Series. So yes, this team could definitely be in the World Series. It's just I don't see how us Atlanta fans can get excited about any team.
I forgot what was it? It was the year when United won it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember us talking that it should have been 2 celebrations, right? It should have been the Braves too.
Right.
The Braves should have made it all the way.
Right.
Because we were close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah. But
we should have had 2 celebrations.
So that's why for me, when I saw it, I'm just Maybe I'll see how this round goes. And
I guess of the 2, I'm the optimistic one, just like I have been with the Falcons and all that stuff. Somehow we'll get on that unless you're ready now. I feel like okay.
Now
I'll just segue then. With the Atlanta Falcons, we'll go into the woes of what's going on.
So that's the elephant in the room.
Statement. 1%. Actually, no. 0.1%.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this could happen, but I actually feel it. That team, that offense is so good. As far as potential, the Falcons.
Okay.
Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
With that offense, and even with the defense, the defensive line, linebackers, things like that, still not even going to get on the DBs. I feel like the talent-wise, they can turn it around still. They still have time to turn it around.
Right.
But with that being said, the rest of the percentage, I am a Chiefs fan. Our two teams, Daryl, played Monday night.
Yeah. And
our two bandwagon teams played Monday night.
Yeah.
I am done with those boys. We text after they lost against the Cowboys, and I said, I am done.
Yep.
And last loss, which we'll get into the two losses that we're referring to, I said at 6 a.m. sharp, when that rooster crows, Dan Quinn should be fired. I am sorry, but I'm not sorry. Yes, go ahead.
So let's talk about the good. These haven't been Matt Ryan's fault. The last game,
awesome, and still people need to understand that. I spoke on that on Facebook.
Yeah, the last game, more of you could blame Matt Ryan because he's just not good enough to overcome the bad coaching. He's just not good enough to
try. See, you can see he's trying.
Yeah, but you can also see where they were getting tight. They were getting, when the Bears were coming back, you could see them starting to get tight. It was 8 incompletions in a row. Why are we throwing 8 times with the lead? We had a 3-and-out. I was talking to my wife and we were watching the game, and I was like, we need a field goal here. Yeah. We need at least a field goal. We went 3-and-out, 11 seconds off the clock. This is offensive coach. This is offensive coordinator's fault. And then Dan Quinn not telling the offensive coordinator, what the hell are you doing? Just like in the Super Bowl, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
So, again, I said the good and I went on bad. So, the good is Matt Ryan is playing really well.
He's having a pretty solid not record-breaking, but like a really good season.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley's the best receiver in football right now.
Oh, that dude blown by everybody.
Yes. Hayden Hurst looks well. The line doesn't look bad. The line doesn't look horrible. It holds up. There's spots on the defense that look pretty well. The linebacker core looks very improved with the rookie from Fresno State.
Yeah.
Our defensive backs, AJ Terrell, a rookie, looks very well. I knew we were in trouble when AJ Terrell wasn't playing against Chicago. I knew we were in trouble. He's our best corner. I know a lot of people made fun of AJ Terrell, but he's our best corner.
Yeah.
Now, the bad. The bad is Isaiah Oliver is awful. He is the other cornerback. He is awful.
That's what I was saying at the beginning of my speech, that I still don't like our DBs.
Yes.
I do.
Is fine. Kendall Sheffield, he's been hurt. He's supposed to come back this game. Darquez Denard, who had a really good game, is now gone for the season.
Yeah.
So, Ricardo Allen's not doing well. KZ's not doing well.
Pause there. Why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, but KZ's not doing well. Yeah. Keanu Neal, every now and then he does a big hit, but the only secondary is AJ Terrell, and he wasn't playing because of COVID.
Yeah.
Thing. They didn't say he had COVID, but maybe he had, I don't know, symptoms or whatever. But he didn't play. He is our best corner. Marlon Davison hasn't played. He played last game, so we still can see what he does. Grady Jarrett looks to be playing very well.
He is.
Going to the offense, they do not know what the hell they're doing with Todd Gurley. Like, I almost feel bad for Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley's on one of my fantasy teams, but they do not know what the hell they're doing. The best.
Now I see them playing. He does not fit our system.
But I don't even know. Like, first of all, one of the things that Todd Gurley, when we played the Rams, what he used to do was kill us out of the backfield receiving the ball.
Yes.
He has only been thrown. I think he only has 1 reception on the season.
Yeah.
The running, he had him and Brian Hill. This was the best running game we've had in a long time. Best running game.
Yeah.
We were like 144 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Over 5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
And in that fourth quarter, we probably ran the ball 1 time.
We played 3 quarters.
Yes, Dirk Cutter has to go.
Yes.
Dan Quinn has to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and let's not even talk about the Dallas game with that special team play. It's just
no. I want to talk about it since we missed the last podcast. Sorry about that. I want to talk about that. And my perspective. Have you ever played football before? I'm talking about those guys. Has the coach ever coached? Does he know what football is?
Coach, man.
Does he know what football is? The plain fact that they did an onside kick. How do you not know that it only for one has to go 10 yards? Okay.
For the kicking team to recover.
For the kicking team to recover. So it spirals, it does its thing. The Dallas forms like a horseshoe.
Right.
So they're shielding, they're covering the ball and shielding the Falcons players. But yet they leave a little window, of course, for the Falcons to jump on it.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons are backing up with them.
Backing up like they're all like
they're on the offense. They're backing up. Yo, don't. What I saw was exactly this. They did it as if they think it's a kickoff, a normal kickoff, where if it touches them, then the other team's going to jump on it, and that's your fault.
Right.
No, they did not know that 10 yards was it.
Right.
And then when it hits 10 yards, and then they see the reaction of Dallas jumping on it, then they jump. It's too late. And I'm like, you never played football before.
How many people knew when Dallas recovered that onside kick that they were going to win this game?
I knew it.
All of us knew it. And that's what leads me to the Braves.
The only thing I hoped on was that they would miss the kick, and I said, I'm not about to lean on that.
But it was like we seen this movie before. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there. I was screaming at the TV for them to do the onside kick. Like, why are they just standing there? And as soon as they recovered, you knew that we were going to lose that game and be a laughing stock again.
I would have jumped on it at 8 yards.
Yes.
And dove and secured it because nobody was going to pounce on it. I would have made sure I secured it, and then they put your hands on you, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And they didn't. So then when you go to the Bears game, I never felt comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable the entire time.
I did. I fell asleep thinking, and then I hear the announcer saying that they're coming back, and I said, what is going on?
No, I knew. I didn't feel comfortable the entire time, especially – and like I said, I told my wife, I was like, on this drive, they have to do something. Like, you have to get a field goal. I think they were still up by like 10 at this point.
Yeah.
You have to at least get a field goal. And they went 3 and out. And Matt Ryan, this is where I say this is his fault. First of all, they forced in the ball to Calvin Ridley. When Russell Gage got hurt, it looked like the offense just said, all we have is Calvin Ridley now. So
same thing they did for years with Julio.
Yeah, and they forced the ball to him, which they still had Hayden Hurst. One thing we're very great about is receiver. Very good receiver, but also we have Brian Hill, Ito Smith, Ty Gurley in the running back, and they're not getting any of the throws. It's just it's kind of difficult to watch. So it was like the same exact thing happened in the Super Bowl, happened this past game. And I'm just like, we have not learned our lesson.
No.
So why are we still doing this? And the only thing I disagree with you is firing Dan Quinn. And this is what I'm going to ask everybody who wants Dan Quinn to be fired. And believe me, I'm one of the ones that said it.
Yes, you have. Okay. Yeah.
Who's going to replace him right now? Because Raheem Morris, he's probably your best option, but he ain't doing that well either.
So you're just stuck with just hoping they can get it together.
No, I think you just ride it out, and at the end of the season, you let everybody go.
I'm just saying it's over.
You want to know
what I said? I said, what was it? At the end of Game 4, I said that last podcast, I believe. In the Game 4, that's when we'll know.
You should know, right?
Yeah, and that is still actually there. I said if we can go 1-3. It's still a possibility to make the playoffs and do very well for the rest. Because I've seen the Patriots. I know that's different, but I've seen the Patriots do that. I think twice, 1-3, make it to the Super Bowl.
But we keep falling.
We have to win next game.
Yeah, but we keep falling. We're not fool's gold. Us going 6-2 at the end of last year is why we kept Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn, and it was fool's gold.
100% there.
And we know where the story ends, so why keep playing it?
And that's what it looks like it's going to be. But I feel like instead of the back half, the second half, you have to hit it now. You have to Monday night against we have the upper hand record wise for the last few years on the team we're playing, Green Bay.
Green Bay, yes. We do
gotta keep that tradition.
So
it starts now because that's a big win.
Yeah, but that's the so Atlanta thing to do. We lose against Dallas, we lose against Chicago, but then beat Green Bay. Like, that's just because what it does is it puts you in a false sense of security. Like, oh, because if you look at Atlanta's roster, we're like, man, if we do just clean up these few things, we're going to be very good.
But I know that's just like repeating. It's the definition of insanity. It's actually true.
But we never clean up these things. We still can't run the ball.
It hurts, man. It hurts to have this because you see the potential in them. You can see, Daryl, that this team can actually be a continuous Super Bowl team. But it hurts to see that
we still can't run the ball. When is the last time we had a 100-yard rusher? Probably was 2 years ago with Devontae Freeman. Yes. We still can't run the ball on 3rd and 1. We still get tight when
we don't put in the right back at third down. We don't put it. That's coaching.
Yeah, we still don't do anything in clutch mode. How many times do we talk about the coaching decision? And I said Matt Ryan is good, but he's not good enough to overcome these bad coaching decisions. We do the same thing expecting a different result. Every time we say, hey, man, if we just do this, if we just would have
but we all see it, but they don't see it.
So then that's why they do need to go. I'm going to tell you the biggest reason Dan Quinn needs to go, and that's his decision making. For the big fact that Green Bay was 13-3 last year and went to the NFC Championship game, right?
Yeah.
Their head coach, Matt LaFleur, was our quarterback coach when Kyle Shanahan was here. So when Kyle Shanahan left, instead of getting Matt LaFleur the offensive coordinator job, you then get buddy from Alabama. Sharp, who never coached in the playoff in the NFL offensive coordinator. You gave him offensive coordinator and told him to run somebody else's system.
Yes, told him to run instead of doing his own thing. It took Shanahan his whole stint with the Falcons to get the people to understand his method. Yeah. And then finally it did the last season, got us to the Super Bowl, and then you left, which is so dumb to me because like you finally got people to understand how great your offense was. We could have run that back next year.
We could have, but he wanted to be a head coach. I'm not mad.
And then it worked out for him. You know, get your money, and then he made it to the Super Bowl, and they're doing
the same exact thing. And did the same exact thing. But I'm not mad at him leaving. But if you're going to run the same exact offense, then why not?
You did say everything he touches will crumble.
Well, everything he touched will crumble. So I'm very happy that happened to him. But if you're going to run his same offense, then why don't you get the person that was under him?
That makes sense.
So you let Matt LaFleur walk. Now he becomes the Green Bay's head coach. They went 13-3. They're 3-0 right now. They don't even have Devontae Adams did not even play. So basically, their wide receivers don't even measure up to the Falcons wide receivers.
Not in total, no.
Measure. But you know what they can do? They can run the ball. Aaron Jones, it just like the idea to not run the ball, like Dirk Cutter said, well, we weren't in our 4-minute offense. Like everybody can tell, like Dirk Cutter was like, it's too much time on the clock to start running the ball. And it's like everybody in the world knows that you should run the ball.
Right.
Everybody in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the people making the decisions don't know that. And we're here again. This is the same thing that happened in the Super Bowl. And we keep saying, if we clean this up, we'll be what we say. If we ran the ball, we'd be Super Bowl champions. Problem is, we didn't run the ball and we're not Super Bowl champions. Nope. So if we ran the ball against the Bears, we would have won the game. Well, the problem is we didn't run the ball. We lost the game. It's just like, why do we keep doing this to ourselves? But now we dug a hole that we might not can get out of. Because who was going to be the coach?
You lose, man. You lose on Monday. That's that.
On Monday.
Probably.
I don't. I just first of all,
if he hit, come on, you hit 0-5.
But Arthur Blank has never fired a coach during the season. He's never done in his history.
Have we ever been? I'm saying if we're 0-3, but if we get to 0-5, 0-6. You really think that he's going to keep that up?
Well, this is the good thing, and this might change, is that you can only allow a certain number of fans in the stadium. So for him, you can't see. So like last year, people weren't showing up to games at one point. When we were 1-7, people weren't showing up, and that's when he was like serious because he's losing money at this point.
Yeah.
Now, because you don't see fans in the stands, you don't really gravitate how frustrated and angry the fan base is because you're like, well, people are not here because we can only allow 20% of the stadium here. But if we go, I just don't think that Arthur Blank's that type of guy that he will fire him. I'll be shocked if Dan Quinn gets fired in the season. I'll be shocked.
Okay, I get it because of last year, how we were trash and then we pulled it together at the end. But best believe you, me, and all that you guys listening and watching, we have a terrible, terrible season. No back half being good at the end, and this joint's awful. And we've only won. If we go the tad bit negative, like say we win 4 games, it's over. He is gone.
No,
he's gone.
He's definitely gone.
I'm talking about at the end of the season.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He's definitely gone at the end of the season. I was watching. Did you watch the Thursday night game last night?
Yes.
So I was watching it, and I was watching with my wife, the Jets and Broncos, and the Jets are 0-4. But the problem is the Jets are a bad football team.
Yes.
They are bad. And I said it's a difference between them being 0-4 and us being 0-4.
I said we are the best worst team.
Yes, but the problem is we shouldn't be 0-4. Like they're 0-4 because they're bad.
Yeah.
Right? We're 0-4 because
0-3.
0-3, right?
Yeah,
because we're stupid.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with talent. We have one of the best receiving, if not the best receiving.
No, for the last 3 years we've had the best.
Yes, Hayden Hurst is no slouch.
Yeah.
We have Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley might not be the Todd Gurley of old, but the amount of touchdowns this guy.
Yeah, he's still somewhat there. They just need to learn how to utilize him.
Matt Ryan is always in the top 5. Grady Jarrett is one of the best defensive tackles. Deion Jones is one of the best linebackers. I think A.J. Terrell can be one of the best cornerbacks in the league. I think he's that good. So we have spots where we're very good. Dante Fowler's no slouch.
No, not at all.
Like you gotta if you look at the team, the Falcons and Dante Fowler and Todd Gurley, we have a lot of people who went to the Super Bowl. So the personnel is good enough where you're like, we can rock with this. Like you said, talent-wise, we're a really good team.
Yeah.
The coaching staff is just terrible, man.
It is, man. It's put together with bubble gum and Band-Aids. It's not that good.
And we get told the same garbage every week.
Every year. Yeah, every week.
Every week, every press conference, I get told the same garbage.
But it's funny what the special teams coach said after the Dallas loss. Like,
what did he say?
I should have done some things different. That was my fault. No.
Well,
really? Cool.
What about the when Arthur Blank was like, they clearly didn't know the rule. And then
I'm sorry, as a professional player, that's crazy.
Yep. And then Dan Quinn said, no, they did know the rule. No, they did not know the rule. You can visibly see.
I'm watching it live and it's still happening. And as it was happening, I mean, I could tell they don't know it.
Right.
The way they're backing up, they don't know the rule.
So who do you think should replace? Let's just assume Dan Quinn does get fired.
Are we talking about during the season or after?
No, after the season.
Okay.
Even if you do during the season, I don't think Raheem Morris would be the coach going forward.
No.
After.
You're either gonna get a young, hot rookie coach that is
like Matt LaFleur.
Yes. Or you might pay the big bucks. Because you have such a great team right now that only has, 4 years of this stardom of the Matt Ryans, the Julios, in this core that want to be there, that can. You're literally going to be receiving such a dynamic team that you're the only puzzle piece that's needed, whatever that coach is.
And not only are you saying a dynamic team, almost every major player is under contract.
Like, if I'm a top coach, I would leave my team. If my team was trash right now, I would leave my squad and go coach the Falcons.
Yep, because Julio's under contract.
Come on.
Matt Ryan's under contract. Dante Fowler, Grady Jarrett, Deion Jones, A.J. Terrell.
It's a gold mine.
Yeah, all these people are still under contract. I think the best person for the job, first of all, stop getting defensive coordinators. Stop.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry, they're gonna do again.
Yeah, but stop it.
Yes, I agree.
Get an offensive coordinator.
And switch it up. I'm sorry, like the Gators did. We kept going defense, and then it's like, look, we're not putting up enough points.
Mm-hmm.
Then offensive coach, boom.
Yeah, but just embrace, because Mike Smith was a defensive coach. Dan Quinn's a defensive coach, and we're not that great on defense. Just stop.
That's the thing that kept happening, the tradition that, defensive-minded coaches are the best head coaches.
Right.
Nope.
So the best person for the job is Eric Bieniemy, I think how you pronounce it, the Chiefs offensive coordinator. He's who you go for. Because the Chiefs defense is not that good.
They hold up, and then that offense puts up numbers.
It's because the offense puts so much strain on the other teams. Let's just take the Monday night game, Baltimore against Kansas City. Baltimore is a better defense than Kansas City, but Kansas City offense, Pat Mahomes is special. And Pat Mahomes,
it's so fun to watch.
Pat Mahomes puts so much pressure on your offense that the Baltimore start doing what they don't do well. Like they're a running team. And they were forced to throw the ball to try to keep up with them, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So get an offensive coordinator, get him, and stop with the defensive-minded coaches because they don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work, man.
Nope. It's frustrating, man. Hopefully Arthur Blank gets it. Hopefully, we get it together this season, but the other hopefully is
don't get it together this season, because if you get it together this season, then we get Fool's Gold to come back next season. This season is a wash.
Okay.
And it needs to be a wash, because that's the only way people are going to learn because we're gonna get Fool's Gold. If we go like 8-8, like it's gonna be full like, if we just clean this up, we're never going to clean it up, and we're going to be back here again. We are wasting Calvin Ridley. We're wasting Julio Jones. I felt bad for Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
I felt bad because I feel like we wasted him. We're wasting Dante Fowler. We're wasting Matt Ryan. Like Brady Jarrett. Stop it. Just I hope
I get it.
This is the 1 year I hope we do not make the playoffs.
Okay.
I hope we don't, because we need to get rid of Dan Quinn.
I agree.
Metroff. They have to go.
Yeah. I'm with you. So I think we're on the same page.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else that was?
What is your prediction for Monday?
Personally, I think it's going to be a blowout this go around.
You think the Packers will win in a blowout?
I do.
I completely disagree with you. I think the Falcons will win because that's the most Falcon thing to do.
No, I think this year is just a especially different, weird year. We're gonna hang at the beginning, and then halftime, another switch is gonna come. But you may be right. I'll be hyped just for that one game, because
I will not.
no, I'm saying because it'll show me what we could be, and that's it. And I want to have a glimpse. Give me a taste of what could have been, and then. No, I know, but I like to see when we're hitting on all cylinders. It's fun to watch. You have to admit that. Like our Super Bowl year, when we were killing it, that's some of the most fun I've ever had watching football.
Yes, but we beat San Francisco last year. We beat New Orleans last year. We had times where this is what it could have been. We beat Philly last year. And don't forget, Philly came back on us. We just that screen pass to Julio to sell it, but
correct.
And the problem is a culture. It's not a Dan Quinn problem. It's a Falcon culture problem, because this happened with Mike Smith, where
the coach can break culture.
Yes,
it is the coach's fault.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a culture because this happened in between Mike Smith too. So it's not just it's something.
It's our GM.
Something in the voodoo. Yes, maybe it's the GM. Because he was there, but that's why he needs to go.
I've said years ago he should be gone.
Yeah, I think the Falcons will win Monday because that's the most Atlanta thing to do.
Well, if we do win, then we're on track. I'm just saying, with what I believed, at least a 1-3 season, and then also it will just be fun to live for that in the moment for that one day and then get back to reality when the clock hits, all zeros, and then realize that we're trash again.
Yes, but then that's what I'm saying. We'll have fool's gold. If we beat the Packers, I'm not happy about it. I'm more mad because this is more fool's gold that's
We're going to win a game.
Yeah, I would imagine. I hope that.
So I'm just saying you can't say that with all of them, I believe, because
it's just
you're going to win something.
Yeah, but the Packers are a good enough team that makes you think, just like
beat bad teams.
Yeah, if we beat bad teams, who cares? But the problem is we were losing to bad teams.
We always lose against bad teams and beat the good.
Yeah, we were losing against bad teams last year too. Remember, we lost against Arizona. Arizona wasn't that great, and Indianapolis wasn't that great. We lost to both of them. Correct. But the problem is, if we beat Green Bay, they're a good enough team. They went 13-3, NFC Championship game. They're 3-0 right now. If we beat them, that is full gold.
I just don't think we will.
Okay.
But yeah. We'll see. If we do, I'll be hyped for that one day. But
I won't.
It not happening yet. I don't think it.
Won't, man. Just hopefully Aaron Rodgers throws 4 touchdowns because he's my fantasy league quarterback.
He's gonna hit you with 5. But
good. I'll take that.
Yeah. Lastly, before we close out and wrap up, I have to say, your team is not going to be good for long. Your Georgia Bulldogs.
Okay.
I hope. Oh, please tell me you're. I hope you're not disagreeing with me.
No, I'm not. We need to solve the quarterback situation. We're not.
That's purely what I'm referring to.
Yeah, we're not running the ball particularly well. I think when Jamie Newman went out because of the COVID,
and then your backup was trash.
Yeah, that really hurt us. I was really excited to see Jamie Newman. I'm not mad that he.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
Him, but
just from actual people playing football standpoint,
I wanted to see
guys should not be as highly ranked, and just like LSU should not have been that highly ranked.
Right. Yeah. True. And
LSU was trash.
No, I'm with you. I'm kind of with you on that.
How about those Gators, real quick, though?
Right.
Come on, them boys.
I mean, I just think this is a weird year, so it's hard.
It's all weird.
Yeah, it's kind of gauge anybody. I think Georgia plays Auburn this week, so that's going to be a huge test for us. But it's just so weird. I don't really take stock in this year.
I don't either. Just to be all out honest, I don't either.
Yeah, it's just hard to take stock. So I think Georgia has some complications with their team, but this is a good time to have it.
That's fair.
So maybe next year,
a lot of those players can come back.
Yeah,
again, to get their extra year.
Yeah, get their eligibility.
Yeah, that's good.
I hope by next year they clean it up.
They will.
We have the 5-star recruit at quarterback next year.
Yeah,
I forgot his name, but so maybe we'll be better. But I don't really care. I think this is kind of a try.
I honestly don't either.
Yeah, I think
that's what I was saying, that you got to get sports back into our routine.
Right. And I think this is just a trial for the NFL. I think when college basketball starts, it's just a trial for the NBA. I agree. Don't really put that much stock.
Makes sense.
It's no sense that we're having a college football playoffs. It makes no sense whatsoever.
No, I agree. I don't even know how you're going to go about it, because you didn't even actually get to rank the competition very fair.
Right.
It wasn't very fairly matched up for you to even get to the playoffs. Yeah, some teams will be dynamic. Your top teams that are usually at the top will stay at the top. But these other teams that could fight for something, there's no way to actually decide if it's fair or not. I agree, because Big Ten and all of them coming back in November. What are we doing here? My season's over.
Is only doing 7 games, and it's just
some are doing 6, and then they're starting in November, and then some started in August, and some started in September. What are we doing?
Then you play against your conference, and it's Pac-12 conference isn't that great.
Hey, it's a glorified scrimmage tryout to get my highlight tape up.
I agree.
Get into the pros.
Yep, I agree.
That's it. Yeah. But that I don't know. It's a weird year though. Happy sports are back, but it's gonna be weird to me after the NBA's finish because like that was kind of the best thing.
Weird because
no, it is weird, but it's still the best thing to me out of all the sports that have occurred.
Again. Yeah, but I'm saying like 2K21 came out when this 2020 season hasn't even ended yet, and it's just like we haven't even got the draft yet, so it's just a weird
all that, and then the NBA Finals, no fans.
Yeah, it's just a weird. And I'm interested when the Lakers. We're all assuming the Lakers are going to win. How that's going to look with the trophy celebration? Like it's just.
I already thought about that. Like they're just going to be like, oh, hyped for themselves, and I'm like, there's no fans.
So I'm like, do you let your family come just so you can have that moment? Like, is that?
It's still not even that amazing.
Yes, it's not even. Are they still going to do confetti?
No, they are. They did it for the conference championships.
I gotta clean that up if I'm the guy.
You do. I said the same thing. I said, wow, that guy has to clean that up, and it's gonna be quiet in there. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, but what about the parade?
That's another thing. I mean,
you can't pack especially not in California right now.
Parade win, I will go to the parade.
But I'm not even saying if would you go or not. I'm saying how will the parades look? Are they having one? Especially I don't even know if you can have one
in California.
That's what I'm saying. Out of all places, Cali is not right.
Yes. So
I don't think there's going to be parades, man.
I mean, if Atlanta, I'm doing something because I don't know.
I'm saying I don't think there's going to be an Atlanta parade with fans.
Well, they got to do something. Just parade around Gwinnett.
I don't know. It's just such a weird year that it might literally, Daryl, be a trophy on TV. Boom, you're done. Let's start next year. It literally may be this.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're right.
It's kind of a dud. Like, did you? Who won 2020's championship? Oh, let me look on Wikipedia for every sport.
The only ones who know are the ones who actually won. They know.
Because you don't. This year, you won't care who wins. Yeah. Even if the Lakers win, you won't care.
Yeah, college. I think college definitely. You won't care because they're so.
You're going to move on and be like, say the national championship happens when it's over the next day and you go back to work, or 2 days later you go back to work. You're gonna be like your normal life, as far as the new type of normal.
That's like if the NFC South started one day and the AFC West started another day, and the NFC North said we're only going to play 2 games. Like that doesn't
make
sense.
I don't care. That's that was perfectly put. Yes.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to do it. Like I just say you should only have a conference champion. Do not have an actual playoff.
That's what I originally thought they were going to do.
Right.
Just have the top of the play of their conference and call it a day.
Call it a day. Just conference champion. That's it.
But then you guys want to be a little greedy and have championships.
All it is money grabs.
Yeah. So with that being said, I believe that'll wrap it up for us today. Episode 50, short, sweet, but very solid. Very nice. Very nice. Shout out to David Robinson, the Admiral. Man plays a mean piano. That's something I always remember. Yeah, always knew that about him. Yeah. But yes, make sure you guys check us out. Links down below for our social medias. Third String Podcast also on the screen here on YouTube. And then be listed vice versa on SoundCloud down below, YouTube down below, all that stuff right there. And we'll be back next week with another jam-packed episode 51.
I'm
sure it'll be good with a nice jam-packed sports week.
Hopefully
tonight.
Falcons.
Yeah, hopefully. I kind of do want to talk about them more if so, but I don't at the same time. But guys, thank y'all so much for joining us, and we'll catch you guys next week. Same place, same time. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.